All right, let's just get right into it. Think of it this way. We're in a new kind of war. On one side, there's you, the human commander, and on the other, a powerful, tireless, but completely unthinking robotic army. And I'm talking about your AI coding tools. The crazy thing is, right now, most developers are losing this war. And it's not because the army is weak, oh no. It's because they're giving it the absolute wrong commands. Just take a look at this. It tells the whole story. Over on the left, you've got the conversationalist. This is the person who treats AI like a buddy, just tosses it a vague idea like, hey, build me a login system. And what happens? Total chaos, a tangled spaghetti code nightmare that's dead on arrival. But then, look at the right. This is the commander. They issue precise, structured directives. They demand architecture, data models, the entire battle plan, all before a single line of code even gets written. And the result? It's clean, it's stable, it's ready for deployment. And that, right there, is the absolute heart of the problem. You see, the failure isn't the AI. It's never been the AI. It's the strategy. We've all kind of been taught to chat with these tools. But if you want to build systems that don't fall apart, you can't chat with them. You have to command them. Prompting, it's not a casual conversation. It's a full-blown engineering discipline, and it is way past time we started treating it like one. So here's your first directive. If you're a developer, consider yourself on the front lines. Your job right now is to brief your squad. That means sharing this video, and of course, make sure you're subscribed for future intel drops from Command. We're going to be sending a lot more strategic intel just like this, all designed to help you win. Okay, let's get into the enemy's tactics. We have a name for this insurgency, and it's called vibe coding. You know what I'm talking about. That unstructured, casual, let's just see what happens use of AI. Yeah, it feels fast at first, but what's really happening is a silent insurrection. It is sabotaging your project from the inside out. Let's break down the two main agents causing all this chaos. All right, first up, we've got something called architectural decay. Seriously, think of this as a slow, creeping rot. Your AI agent, it's brilliant at one thing, completing the small task you just gave it. But it has absolutely zero awareness of the larger blueprint. It's like a builder who puts in a perfect window but knocks out a load-bearing wall to do it. So it generates code that works, but only in isolation. It completely violates your system's core patterns. Pretty soon, one part of the code is using async await, another is using old-school promises, and your entire architecture is basically a lie. And trying to refactor that? Good luck. It's a complete nightmare. But the second agent, this one is even more sneaky. It's called context rot. Basically, it's battlefield amnesia. Imagine a soldier who forgets the mission plan halfway through the operation. That's what happens to the AI. Its, attention budget is limited, and as you keep talking to it, it gets filled up with noise. It literally forgets critical decisions you made just a few prompts ago. And that leads to total chaos, contradictions, broken logic, and eventually catastrophic system failures. And look, this chaos, it has a very real cost. This isn't just some theory I'm throwing out there. We have hard intel from CodeScene, and it is crystal clear. Code that's been compromised by this kind of architectural decay, it has, get this, 15 times more defects. Let that sink in. 15. That's not just a margin of error. That is a systemic collapse, just waiting for the right moment to happen. So the big question is, how do you know if your project is already compromised? Well, let's run a quick damage report. I want you to look for these signals in your own work. First, at critical severity. When you fix one bug, does it somehow create two new ones? If that sounds familiar, you're already caught in the infinite refactor loop. How about this? High severity. Is debugging taking way longer than it should? That's the understanding gap getting wider. The AI wrote code that no human on your team, maybe even you, can actually maintain. Listen, these aren't small problems. These are giant, flashing red alerts that your system's integrity is failing. So, do you see the threat now? If you recognize any of these signals, I need you to confirm you've received this intel. Go ahead and like this video and drop a comment below with the words vibe coding. It's about acknowledging the enemy, because once we've done that, we're going to learn exactly how to fight back. All right, Commander, you've assessed the threat. You've acknowledged the enemy. Now it's time to open the playbook. We are officially shifting from defense to offense. And let me be clear, this isn't about getting rid of your AI army. No way. This is about building a powerful engineering control system so you can command it effectively. Our entire strategy rests on 4 key pillars of command. It's simple, but it's powerful. Number 1, architecture first. You define the blueprint before anything happens. Number 2,
Enforce test-driven AI. You define what success looks like, and the AI's job is to meet that definition. Number 3, maintain context control. You keep the AI locked on target with a constant mission dossier. And finally, number 4, mandate self-critique. You actually force the AI to find its own mistakes. This, my friends, is how we bring order to the chaos.
Okay, let's talk about pillar 1. And this one is completely non-negotiable. You are the architect, period. Before you let the AI write a single line of implementation code, you define the entire battlefield. You force it to generate the system blueprints, the service boundaries, the data flow diagrams. The AI does not get to guess. It does not get to improvise the structure. Your very first command should always be, show me the plan. Now for pillar 2, test-driven AI. This is the game changer. Think of your tests as the firing solution for a guided missile. You write them first, human-written or at least human-approved, and they define success and failure with absolute laser-like precision. Then, and only then, do you command the AI to write code. And its one and only job is to make those tests pass. With this approach, correctness isn't just something you hope for, it becomes a non-negotiable requirement. All right, to defeat that battlefield amnesia we talked about, context rot, we use pillar 3, the AI's memory bank. It's exactly what it sounds like. You create a mission dossier, a document with the core goals, the architectural rules, the tech stack, everything important, and you feed it into every single interaction. It's a constant reminder that keeps the AI locked on target. This one simple discipline completely prevents that context drift and keeps your AI focused on the actual mission. And that brings us to the final pillar, number 4, iterative self-critique. This is where it gets really interesting. You actually order your AI to attack its own work. You command it to act as its own red team, to actively hunt for security flaws, performance bottlenecks, and scalability problems in the code it literally just wrote. What this does is create this incredibly powerful feedback loop where your unthinking robotic army actually starts to improve itself, all under your direct command. So all of this leads to your new mandate as a developer. Your role, it has fundamentally changed. Your highest value is no longer banging out lines of code. It's in designing the systems, the workflows, the commands for the machines that write the code. Your new mandate is to be the architect of victory. And this is why this new approach is so critical. Let's be honest, the real bottlenecks in software were never just about typing code faster. It was always the vague requirements, the endless manual reviews, the documentation that's always out of date. AI didn't magically fix those problems. All it did was turn the speed dial up to 11, forcing you to collide with all of them at a velocity we have never seen before. In this new world, engineering discipline isn't just a good idea, it's the only thing that can save you. So let's boil this all down and make it crystal clear. Here is your takeaway. Stop conversing with AI and start commanding it. Your value isn't in writing the code anymore, it's in designing the system. AI doesn't get rid of engineering discipline, it amplifies its importance by a factor of 100. And remember this, casual prompting, vibe coding, creates fragile systems that will break. Engineered workflows create scalable systems that will win. Look, AI is the single most powerful force multiplier we have ever seen in software development. There's no debating that. So the only question that's left is this. In this new war, what's your role going to be? Are you going to be a foot soldier, just taking orders from a machine that literally cannot think for itself? Or are you going to be the commander, the architect of victory who designs the system and leads that army to win? The choice, really, is yours.